In 1892, a young woman checked into the Hotel Del Coronado in San Diego under a false name and never checked out. Today, supposedly, her spirit still haunts the grounds.
Del Coronado. A haunted hotel. Time to check in.
Right.
Just tell me your name and how long you've been working here, and kind of go into like your Kate Morgan story.
My name is Laura. I am the concierge. I've worked here for about 4.5 years now. Right before I started concierging, I used to work graveyard and do the overnight shift. And I was working graveyard in the Oxford building one night.
Okay.
I would lock myself in my office. Not sure why, if I'm the only person in the building. Better safe than sorry. One night, my locked office door came flying open.
Whoa.
Motion sensor lights in the hallway were on, and there was nobody there, and I could hear kids running and laughing.
Shut up. What were you terrified or fascinated?
I was a little fascinated. I had heard that there were stories of like way back when the Oxford building used to be guest rooms and a restaurant, and there was a gunfight in the restaurant and kids got caught in the crossfire.
What?
So there's been more than one story that kids might have hung around in the Oxford building. That was my only encounter with them, and after that night I no longer worked in the Oxford alone. I moved to the front desk where there were other living people, but I mean, still an interesting experience.
I did the ghost tour last night, and I was at the rocking chairs, and a friend had brought one of those electromagnetic readers, and it bombed out red right at that rocking chair. And then somebody else had an app that showed stick figures of what human forms are, and they'll show a stick figure on every person, and there was a stick figure right there at that chair. And the
Wow.
temperature just like bottomed right there.
About a year ago, somebody was taking like shutter photos of the front porch.
Yeah.
And as you scroll through the photos, just rocking chairs, boom, Kate Morgan in the middle of the front porch.
Now black dress.
Yes, in the whole garb. And if you zoom in on the photo, you can tell it's her because she has no feet and no face.
What? Okay. Well, I do a horror shot every week on my Patreon, and I'm doing the lady on the beach. So I write a fictitious story of a couple checking in, and they have an encounter,
Nice.
and then I go in and interview and the real story and bring it to people. But you've been super sweet. Thank you so much.
My absolute pleasure.
I'm a believer. All right. Bye.
Whole store, very busy part of the day, so I may have to butt
Okay, if you got to go, you got to go, but just appreciate
but
it.
The coolest story I have regarding any ghost or spirit stories is probably about 30 years ago. I'm working, I'm a young kid, standing here early in the morning, and the fire department wheels out a gurney with a sheet over it. So they go put the body in the coroner's van.
Yeah.
Security comes back in. I said, hey, what happened? They said the guy died in bed of a heart attack. I said, all right. I go, what room? So they told me what room. Back then it was 3345. It changed to room 3357 after a later remodel. And right now they did another remodel, so I can't exactly pinpoint the room number.
Yeah, last night another guy said, we're keeping that on the low. Now, can you rent the room, and will they tell
Yes,
you?
but this one, nobody knows about this room. This one is not publicized. It's only my personal experience.
Right.
So fast forward about 10 years later, this is great. I knock on the door. The lady, I get her suitcases out, get in the hallway, and she pushes me up against the wall. She goes, Richard? She pushes me right up against the wall. She goes, I gotta tell you something. I go, what's up? She goes, that room is haunted. Ding, the bell goes off in my head. I turn to my dad. I go, tell me more. And she goes, well, I was asleep. And somebody starts cuddling with me and speaking to me. And then when she realized she was alone, she jumped out of bed, sat there, panicked for a few minutes, paced back and forth for a few minutes. Finally, she goes, I'm tired, I gotta go back to bed. Mind you, this lady's all by herself. So she goes back to bed, and it happens again, and she goes, hey, he's not bothering me. And she goes, I want to tell you, I gotta tell one person, there was a ghost in this room, and it's a man, and he's in that bed. And that's where the man died 10 years earlier.
And what year was the time the gurney and the heart attack?
1994.
Okay.
Fast forward to 2004, where I met the lady, approximately.
Yeah. Dude, thank you so much, man. I'm a horror writer. Just tell me the story. So,
I was in the reservation team's office, resort concierge team's office,
yeah.
waiting for the manager to come over and give us a little training.
Yeah.
There were 3 of us. Door was latched. We all saw the doorknob move, door open, and nobody was there. It's Sunday afternoon. No, it's pretty empty. It's only us.
Did the chills run up your spine when that happened? Is it like, or you didn't just?
Our building is always cold for some reason.
Wow.
Even if we don't turn on the AC.
Wow. And what room was Kate's room? Wasn't it third floor or was it higher?
We have multiple paranormal activity report happening rooms a lot.
Now, does this happen a good bit?
And that was all somewhere in the 3rd floor, somewhere in the 5th floor.
Wow. And how often does that happen where somebody reports something that was spooky or supernatural? Does it happen once a week? Once a month?
We don't even consider it like paranormal anymore.
It's a normal, it happens so much, it's normal.
Like somebody's calling, hey, my room next to, the room next to our room is so noisy. Can you send somebody over? We looked at the room list. Okay, we'll talk to them.
What was your first name?
My name is Lisa.
Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Craig. I'm a horror writer, but I'll write a fictitious story based on like something. Then I follow it up with like a real like what inspired me to do it.
Yeah.
So.
And then, she's not here to. She's not here today. That's also a concierge desk.
Okay.
And then that desk is weird.
That desk is particularly weird.
Is also weird.
Wow. Okay.
One concierge girl. She was trying to explain about the hotel. We did the renovation. It took 6 years and a half. And then she was excited that the renovation is going to be done. And we're so new, we're fresh. And suddenly she got really, really heavy migraine. So I think somebody wasn't
happy about the renovations, maybe, or
talking about renovations. Something maybe doesn't want to change it.
That's right. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to get out of these people's way, but thank you so much for telling me that.
I'll complete the reservation.
Yeah.
Well, folks, that wraps up the latest Dark Musings, the behind the scenes of what inspires me to write my weekly horror shots. Check out my Patreon, Tier 1 to get the horror shots, the weekly short stories, or Dark Musings where you get both. Behind the scenes of what inspired me and the weekly horror shots, plus a lot of other stuff. This is Craigie Sawyer, horror writer. Stay spooky.